Hello and good afternoon. You're welcome to another live broadcast of mine. And my name is Augustine. And pardon my appearance today. Today is a Friday, and I just thought it reasonable to put on this attire. Currently, I'm at my place of work, and I have a number of other things to attend to. So, being my manner, I do have broadcasts on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I have not yet been able to make out a particular time to do the broadcast regularly. I mean, the timing. For the days, I try as much as possible to keep to the days, but the timing now is subject to modification with time. When I'm able to factor out a particular time, then I can become regular in my broadcast using that particular time. So, welcome to my broadcast. And the title of my broadcast today will be It's Time to Be Placed as an active member or an inactive member within the Kringle Society. Of course, we all know that the Kringle Society is also known as TBC community, you know. But when you call it the Kringle Society, it sounds a bit more professional. So, welcome. And I made a broadcast 2 days ago, which was on Wednesday. Those of us who are subscribers may have looked into my broadcast. But if you've not looked into it, please do so to look into it. And I took so much time in that broadcast. That was the reason why I was not happy about the fact that I took so much time. Although I said that I was going to keep to 30 minutes. So this is another broadcast, and I have so much to say. But I would, as much as possible, try to compress it into as few lines as much few lines as little as I should compress it to 30 minutes. Let's make use of that. I should compress it to 30 minutes. So in this broadcast, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the blog, and then there are a number of things I'll say, and then I'll go to the Kringle cache. There are a number of things I'll say. I'm timing myself. It has to be 30 minutes. Within 30, 35 minutes, I should round up with this broadcast. And then going forward, I should also do some other broadcast. My next broadcast will be on Monday, most likely on Monday. And to introduce myself again, my name is Augustine Chukwegu. That's my full name. But within the TBC community, within the Kringle Private Society, I'm known as the Simple Consultant. Now, the reason why I'm the Simple Consultant is because I'm a broadcaster, and from time to time, I'm being consulted in matters that pertain to TBC. So, anytime there is need, my details are below. You could always contact me through email, and you could have a one-on-one conversation with me if you do contact me. So please, before we begin the broadcast, I would appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, do well to subscribe to my channel. Do well to give me a like in the like section. A good number of people have been giving me likes, and I do appreciate the likes. That shows that you are following up on my video, you like my videos. And if you do not like my videos, please express your mind. Give me a thumbs down if you do not like my videos. But if you do like it, do well to give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And in life, you should be able to create the balance. There are people you can't, everyone can't like you. There are some that would love you, some will be so crazy about you, while some will just be like, oh, I don't just like this guy. But that's fine. So let's begin officially. Let me share my screen, please. All right. So I guess my screen is now being shared. So, and I would like to quickly go to most recent updates that the admin has. I think there are no new updates this is the latest so far. So let's begin. Now, I would like to begin by referencing the article that the admin posted on our page. And that article, this particular one, just the five. That yes, it's actually this is the video. Yes, this address this subject. Very minutes, already 30 minutes to go. So let me begin. Now, this particular picture gives a simple sign. Now, this is an iPhone. We all know the brand of the iPhone doesn't matter. Okay, possibly another iPhone. Well, to point to show you is that we are an system, and at the long run, we'll, we'll be making transactions. My own interpretation from possibly when we moved into our blockchain, our transactions will be phone transactions. You can go cash. You'll find out that go cash front page. Smartphone ready for merchants to use and accept. So it's actually now guess we're not going to be using our systems again. It's just going to be our phones for the transactions. Okay, so let's go back to our article. Now, willful ignorance and TBC. Now, that means your admin has but you have willful ignorance and TBC remain as the major problems slowing down our growth towards mass adoption. Admin is actually telling us why the majority has not accepted us yet. So going to solution to setback after it has been to be within a short period of time. Now, leaders and several is they all to place spending limits on inactive member wallets. So that means admin has discussed with the leaders and broadcasters. Yes, I'm fortunate to be one of those that were in audience the day such was discussed in our meetings some few weeks back. And the last time I checked, it was being deliberated upon. And I think the conclusion has been made. That is why this blog post has been officially made known to everybody. Now, I want you also understand that take our blog very seriously. We may not be able to see the administration of the TBC community needed to get started on it. I don't have what implement it before. Why? Why is that? Because we were short of funds. But I can say we are doing our funding understand how we make. Let's go to another blog. On this part, I let's read it together. I would like to bring some clarity to why admin and the type of blockchain we use are unknown. Now, since I don't have so much time, I think I should compress what I want to say at this point. I can say that it's very likely that the administration may not we are private and we are many of us do not understand what it means to be a public limited liability company. When you sit down, so many of us just say, yes, I'm PLC, I want to register my company and PLC and understand what it is. Now, PLC is must shown at certain times to the public. That is the reason why when you make shares, from time to time, you make know how much your shares has appreciated or whether you have lost. Owner of shares that in a deep how we may not be. What does that? What am I trying to say? Our we are not yet in the blockchain we are aspiring to be, but in a short while. Now, so many people are saying that when we got into that blockchain, public and everybody blockchain so that they can build upon it. I now I stand to be corrected, but I doubt. The reason why it is so is because of the next line that I'm going to read. Let me read it one more time. I would like to bring some clarity to why admin and the type of blockchain we use are unknown. Short answer is security is very expensive. Now, the reason why over time Ethereum was hacked was because the blockchain was open and they improved upon it and they tightened the security. Now, they have I'm actually making use of this Bitcoin. Now the numbers has also been updated again. If you recall how much it was, now it's been updated again from 474,940 something, 475. So, like I said, work within your peace. Don't try to work within your peace. Now, admin gives a minimum requirement. When we look into this, there are full timers, there are part timers. Now, in the full timer category, okay, there are two sets. There are the ordinary members. Now, for the ordinary members, the requirement is every week bring in two people and then try to see that you cement them before the end of the next month or before the end of that month so that going forward, first of the next month, they make payments and then you have your own residual income. Now, for this week, I have tried to bring in two people using my admin credit and I will follow up on them. Following up on them means that when I follow up on them, I will try to see that by December 1st, they're able to make payments. Okay? Now, I want you to understand something. For admin is actually making this thing clear to everybody because he is expecting that everybody should hands should be on deck. Now, I am an individual and I am gainfully employed and I love my work. But you see, my work is not my passion. My passion can be likened to the TBC. Now, my passion is to see that TBC succeed. And I also want to believe that if you're a faithful member in the community, your passion is to see TBC community succeed. So being a person passionate, as long as I am giving out my admin credits, I want you to understand that while you are giving out your admin credit, you are receiving Kringles. Now, there are two ways it works. As you give out your admin credit and you register these people, you are getting Kringles. These Kringles you are getting, is not actually Kringles, liquid Kringles. It's actually cookies. Now, as long as you are getting cookies, what is going to happen is that when it's a redemption period, you can redeem those cookies. So every week, you can give out two and two and two. And then there are 4 weeks in a month. So in the end of every month, you are giving out 8 people, meaning that for those 8 people you register using the admin credits, first of all, if they cement, you've gotten residual income. Secondly, if you bring them in, you are getting what do you call this thing? Cookies. You are getting cookies. Now, as soon as you have gotten these cookies, I think I should make it practical so that we can understand. Now, when you look into the rewards, you find out that it has been subdivided. You now have your transaction verifications and you have your 24, 48-hour reward. So they have been subdivided. The reason why it's so is because when you log into this place, it takes so much time for it to update. That is why. Okay. So the thing I'm actually trying to show us here is that when you get a cookie, you give out your admin credit, you get some cookies. Those cookies continue to accumulate as you are giving out admin credits. It continues to accumulate. Now, once it has accumulated to a certain point, okay, you are now qualified to redeem it. Now, this is the reason why. Now, so far, so good. I haven't done so much. I haven't done so much. Some people are doing so well. They have more than one TBC. They have two TBCs, they have three, they have five, they have 10, they have so many. Now, this is what admin is saying. Admin is saying the maximum amount of TBC coins that can be given to an individual through cookie rewards is 1,000 lifetime total TBC coins. Now, the reason why admin modified it from 100 to 1,000 is because the system has been modified. Now, admin's new system of reward and how to collect coins from the admin wallet is by giving out admin credits. As long as you are giving out those admin credits, whether they pay or they don't pay, you are getting what? Some cookies here. It's counting for you. It's counting for you. And then anytime there is a cookie reward and you redeem your cookies, you are getting what? The amount of cookies that you are qualified to get because you worked for it. You see, the working in the TBC community is not so difficult. As long as you are giving it out every week, you give out two. Now, for the merchants, of course, merchants are supposed to register with the administration so that they can have 102 admin credits to give out. And as they give out this admin credit, most of the merchants that are available now, they are accepting Kringles as a medium of exchange and they are growing fast. All they do is get approval by the admin, they get 102. When they get 102 admin credits, those people that come to them, they tell them, I accept 30% Kringles, 20% Kringles, 40% Kringles. Just pay an admin fee of 10,000. Anything you want to buy around, you can buy it in 30% Kringles, 70% cash. Now, this is the outcome of what I am saying. Now, if you go here, now this is the outcome of what I'm saying. You look at this, you'll find out that these are individuals, but these individuals are not really individuals, they are merchants. They may have been using their name, but they are all merchants. Now, all these people are paid members. Now, the total number of contestants as at Friday is 477. This person is 316. This person is 148. These people are all merchants. I also dare to say that these ones also are merchants. Now, when you go to the next page, you see that they are also coming up. Now, from the way I am looking at the system, it's very likely that the billionaires and the millionaires in the TBC community are those who are consciously making efforts to grow the community. Because for every party you give an admin credit, you are getting a cookie. And that cookie, during a cookie reward or cookie redemption, you redeem it. And once you have redeemed it, you are getting what? Those cookies converted to what? TBC. Now, when you look into my own, just by bringing in one more person or two more people, I don't think it's up to 5 people. And then I get one TBC. And as soon as it's time, I can redeem it. We're just in the month of 8th November. As soon as I click on redeem now, it will ask me, are you sure you want to redeem? If I say okay, then I redeem it. But of course, I'm not going to say okay. Those of us that can, you should also take your time to click on this. When you click on it, you can read some of those information. Now I refuse to click it because once I do so, you're able to have access to how much TBC coins I have. I want you to understand that your TBC coins are private. You should not reveal it to whoever within the TBC community. It is for you and you alone. Those who are only allowed to know it is you and the administration. The administrations gave it to you. It is not your own. It belongs to them. They gave it to you because you are using it as an agent, as a custodian to help them and to help us and to help the world to eradicate poverty globally. So these informations would not be made open to you. Okay? So this would give you an access of how much cookies I've gotten so far. And in the new blockchain, I tell you that it is based on the efforts you've made that you'll be rewarded. And those coins that you have redeemed using cookie reward is how you are going to be giving TBC, if you're able to have TBC, based on the cookie rewards. So many of us are of the opinion that, yes, in the previous past, we've done discounting, we sent so many coins. I do not know if the admin is going to make use of that. But what I do know is that if admin will go through the normal stipulated steps and processes, if you're going to be rewarded based on the efforts you've done, then that means all the rewards you've gotten through cookie rewards will be given to you as TBC, and everything is documented. Information that are not documented in the cookie rewards and don't correspond to the amount of coins in your wallet, then you are not qualified to get those coins. So I can say some people who have so many coins now, when they are migrating into the new blockchain, because those coins were not gotten the right way, the possibility of getting that amount in the new blockchain may not work. Now, I have been saying that admin is doing a house cleanup, and admin is properly placing people according to how well they work to the TBC community. I can tell you that there are so many things admin has put in place, which you fully put into implementation. If you can make time out to read the private notice, you will understand better on what I'm saying. Now, let me go back to where I was. I've actually run out of time. The idea has come to a fine point and has the support needed to get started on implementing it. Meaning that because we are now looking at it from um, from this perspective, this is only for the English. Let's quickly go into the French. The French contest. Now look at this. The French contest. This is also a welcome progress. Although the numbers are 64, but this is a welcome progress. Now let's go into this one. Now this is now there's something I just like about this guy, Ace Fletcher. The guy has won four heavy hitter in a row, and still he's going to win this one because we are still in the second week of November, and he has gotten 355. I dare to tell you that before the end of this contest, he'll get to 400 or 420. If you're able to get 420 in the second week, then the third week and the fourth week, you may not need to get that, and you get another 1,000. You see, this clearly shows that it's a new system we are building. This is a new employment system because for someone to retain that position, he must have people that works under him that helps in distributing his referral link and then making those people to accept Kringles as a medium of exchange. Now, don't say that it's because he's in Philippines. No, if you look into Nigeria, Nigerians are also doing well. This is a Nigerian, 299. Just one step, he goes into 300. He's actually following up on Ace Fletcher. Well, it's a welcome competition. I think this is not an ungodly competition. It's a competition that is healthy for the growth of the TBC community. Now, going to the next one, this next one is also a Nigerian, 316. So do not tell me that it's because of a country. Nigerians are not accepting TBC the way that we are intending to accept. We are still accepting it gradually, and it's growing naturally. Okay, even in Cameroon, even in Uganda, it's coming up gradually because what will stir us up and what will make us to become liquid is how fast merchants come into the TBC community. You would not also look out on India. India are also doing very good. By next week, we also have Indian Bitcoin bounty contest. So this is the sign that shows that we are now qualified to implement the next step. Let's go back to that place. The idea has come to a fine point and has the support needed to get started on implementing it, meaning the idea that limits people from doing their transaction, especially inactive members. Now, the fine point is this: inactive members will be limited to only 5 Kringles a day in transactions. 90% of the discounting of TBC is coming from inactive members. I want to explain something here. We all know that TBC community is appreciating because our currency grows with time. As the members come in, our currency appreciates. Okay. Now, I want you to understand that admin is limiting it to 5 Kringles. In the next 4, 5 months or 6 months, 5 Kringles as at now is about $50. In another few months, 5 Kringles could become $60 or $70. Who knows? Now, I want you to understand that as the value appreciates, these 5 Kringles will also depreciate. Excuse me. Let me say it again. Our value appreciates, our equivalent value, that is the equivalence of us in fiat currency, appreciates because our members are growing. We are seen as people coming in as grains of gold. And because it counts and it appreciates and slightly depreciates based on the gold market value. But then admin has limited it to 5 grains of gold. I mean, sorry, 5 Kringles, which is about $50. Now, in the next 5 to 6 months, the $50 may appreciate to $60 or $70. Now, if it's at 5 Kringles, then that means in another 1 year, 5 Kringles could be getting close to $100. No, admin would not want to give you so much room as an inactive member to do so much transactions as much as that amount. So what would happen is, as the currency value appreciates, Kringle value will depreciate to make sure that it remains on what? $50. Another thing I also want you to understand as an inactive member is that having that 5 Kringles to do transactions does not mean that you can do 5 Kringles and then spread it to 10 wallets, spread it to 20 wallets, spread it to 50 wallets, spread it to as many wallets as you can without any checkmates. I want you to understand that the supports are aware that the natural tendencies of human beings are to abuse every opportunity given to them. Good enough, admin should have locked you off completely being an active member, but he has given an opportunity for those inactive members to still do some transactions within the TBC community. Now, if you choose to take advantage of that opportunity given to you and then abuse it, well, I tell you that you may not have the opportunity. Your send button may actually go off because you are abusing it. So please do take note of it, okay? Another thing I also want you to understand is even though you are doing transactions, your send buttons are on as an inactive member. When you want to do a cookie reward, you cannot do it. Of course, if you're going to do a cookie reward, you have to pay your admin fee. Now, if you're able to send two 5 Kringles to people, which is $50, $50, $100. I want you to understand that you would not be able, if you are purchasing it from someone who is an inactive member, you will not be able to redeem those cookies to get one TBC. Let me explain. Now, let's go to our cookie reward. Now, our cookie reward, we've looked at it already, but this is where I want to talk about the holiday promo. Now, for our holiday promo, 40 grains of gold, it's about $100. Now, this $32, 22 grains of gold is about $75. Now, 24 grains of gold is approximately $50. Approximately. Now, 24 grains of gold being $50, if you look at the transactions for the cookies, it is about 6,250,000. Now, when you multiply 6,250,000, it is not going to give you 100 million cookies. Is this 100 million cookies? Yes, it's not going to give you 100 million cookies. 100 million cookies boils down to 1 TBC. Now, when we multiply, let's do the calculation together. 6,250,000. When you multiply it by 2, you get 12,500,000. Yes, 12,500,000. Now, from what I'm seeing here, this is 100 million cookies. Now, 100 million cookies is much more than 12,500,000. Now let's go back again. 12,500,000. Now this 12,500,000 is actually this one, the second one. This is this one, and then this one is about I think $75 or $66. I don't know. But the bottom line I'm actually driving at is when you do a $50 transaction two times, you cannot give it to admin to approve it and say I purchased $50 twice to get one TBC. No, you may have to purchase $100 worth of TBC by being an active member, and then that means you have to pay your admin fee so that you can do a one-time $100 transaction. So I'm actually making this known to all of us because a good number of us may want to play smart so that the opportunity has been given to us and we may want to abuse it. Let me round up. I think I'm already against, time is against me. Well, they won't be able to do a massive discounting anymore. So in conclusion, admin has worked on what? Eliminating discounting within the TBC community. And I think it's a welcome progress. Now, when an individual discovers that he can no more discount, he has to pay his admin fee. By the time he purchases, makes his payments of admin fee, which is a monthly payment of $25 as at now, what is going to happen is if he's advised, can you send me um, um, could you send me 200 grains, 200 Kringles? You'll be like, no, I wouldn't send you 200 Kringles because I made payments for my 200 Kringles. I made payments, monthly payments. I'm not going to abuse it. You see, the people who are abusing it are people who do not value it. Now, admin is actually giving out a call saying, if you want to actually be responsible for your coins, then you have to be paying your monthly admin fee. And I also want you to understand that admin is still taking out proper placement. Those people who are having so much TBC coins in their wallets, but refusing to pay their admin fee, I want you to understand that you are not qualified because you have not shown proper responsibility. You have not become a faithful disciple of the TBC community. You have not become a custodian of the TBC community. You are not responsible for your coins. So that, therefore, if I make use of the word of the Bible, you are not a faithful disciple. I can say you are not a faithful disciple. So that which you have will be withdrawn from you if you do not align yourself accordingly. However, admin is going to do it, it will be injustice for the administration to allow the system to continue to flourish in the hands of those who are not willing to build the system. Those who are building the system are those that are in the Bitcoin bounty contest. However, those people who do not have the luxury of time or data to make broadcasts, well, they can go ahead to do what you can do. In the community, there is no competition. I made reference the other time concerning a building like a skyscraper. We have so many architects, they are the structural engineers, they are the mechanical engineers, they are the electrical engineers, they are the carpenters, they are the bar schedule benders. There are so many people that are there that has different things they do. There are people who do the tractors, who do the compartments. They are the ones that can discover your responsibility in the TBC community and then begin to implement it and be faithful in doing it. As you are doing it, you are growing your subscribers. People are getting to know you. People are liking you. You are building in love. And at the end of it all, the TBC community becomes one big, formidable, lovely family. Let me round off. Once we turn on the code for transaction limits, this should be done in less than a week from now. I can say that possibly before the next send button meeting, I think the code could have been put into place. So I will stop here for today. And I know that a good number of us, wow, have spent so much time already. So TBC look for welcome, welcome, welcome. I think time has gone. So my apologies for exceeding my limits, but I believe my point has been made. So I just want to quickly, the first one was hello. This was me. I made use of hello Kringle Society, other broadcast. It's time to be placed as an active member or an inactive member within the TBC community. And I believe that this information have passed across. The community has heard, and I hope that they're able to act accordingly. So I will stop here Do have a wonderful day. We're going to talk again by the grace of God on Monday. Cheers. Bye for now. God bless you.